Welcome to a special edition of So-and-So brought to you by BERNINA, Made to Create. I'm Meg Goodman, and in this episode, we're headed to the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, for BERNINA University 2026, which we call BU. New Orleans has always been a city that celebrates creativity. You see it in the colors of the French Quarter, hear it in the improvisation of live jazz pouring into the streets, and feel it in the artistry behind everything from Mardi Gras floats and costumes to the incredible food and architecture. It's a place where imagination isn't just encouraged, it's a part of everyday life. With the theme Imagine More, BU brought dealers from across North America together for a week of new products, fresh techniques, shared ideas, and the kind of creative energy only BERNINA and New Orleans can deliver. In this special episode of So-and-So, we're taking you inside the excitement of BERNINA University 2026, where creativity and community came together in one unforgettable week. This is your exclusive ticket behind the scenes to experience the sights and sounds of BERNINA University. Laissez les bon temps rouler. At 10 a.m. on Sunday, June 28th, attendees were greeted by the sounds of a New Orleans second line band and models in bright, elaborate Mardi Gras costumes. Old friends reconnected, new friends were quickly made, and as anticipation for BU 2026 grew, the atmosphere became electric. The event opened with a proclamation from the city of New Orleans, followed by Paul Ashworth, CEO and president of BERNINA of North America, the Ultchie family, and conference leader, VP of Training and Education for BERNINA of North America, Christy Burcham, who welcomed special guest Shelancia Danial from the Creativity Show.
Good morning, BERNINA! And welcome to New Orleans. Thank you. My name is Ryan O'Hara. I'm the Director of Rooms here at the Hyatt Regency New Orleans, and I just want to be the first to welcome you to our wonderful city. I was given this opportunity. I gave a phone call to the mayor's office, and they were going to be here, and I said, oh no, can I please step on stage and welcome this family? This is, after 4 years of university, you get a degree. Lucky for me, this is my fourth BERNINA University in 4 different cities, all with Hyatt hotels. Great to see you, family. Welcome back. You know, BERNINA was made to create, and New Orleans was built to host. As part of your celebration in our city, I would like to invite Paul Ashworth, CEO and President of BERNINA of America, and Kai Hildebrandt, CEO of BERNINA International, to join me on stage. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
As part of your welcome to New Orleans, we have a special proclamation from our mayor, Helen Morena. Whereas this certificate of recognition, BERNINA, for more than 130 years, has advanced the world of sewing through exceptional technology, precision, engineering, and a commitment to inspiring creators of all ages. I therefore do recognize and proclaim June 28th, 2026 as BERNINA Day.
Woo. And good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to BU 56. Okay. To get things started, we have something that's very special today. This is the first BU where you have 3 generations of the Ueltschi family here at BU today. So I'd like to welcome on stage Mr. Hans-Peter Ueltschi, Philip Ueltschi, and Felix Ueltschi.
3 generations, and Felix will be the 6th. You know, I'm the 4th, Philip the 5th, and Felix the 6th. New Orleans is a very special place also. This is my 3rd BU in New Orleans. 1990, it was the last BU for my mother, Odette. And then, unfortunately, a year later, she passed away. Now, 10 years ago, Philipe was here with my wife. And now, this 2026, the whole family is here. And so this is, I'm very proud, and I really like to share this with you because we all together a family, right? So I wish you a great view.
Good morning to all of you. Now, let's keep that enthusiasm up throughout this morning. As you know, your oohs and ahs and applause are welcome. I promise I will not be offended if you interrupt me with applause. So feel free anytime. The theme, oh, go right ahead. Yes, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. The theme of BERNINA University this year is Imagine More. We want you to take this time to imagine more profit, more creativity, more fun, and well, more. I want to introduce you to someone who uses her imagination. She's an educator, a speaker, and a visionary leader. She's been transforming the next generation of sewists. And she's the founder and director of Creativity Shell. This organization is dedicated to bringing hands-on experiences like sewing to introduce life skills, confidence, and to inspire young people. Please welcome Shelancia Danial. Good morning, Shelancia. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited. So can you tell us a little bit about Creativity Shell?
We are a nonprofit organization. We started about 11 years ago with 2 sewing machines, and we went on a mission to introduce sewing and now other life skills to the next generation of makers. We work in schools, we work in libraries, we have our own studio. We've worked with kids who've been rescued from human trafficking, gone into the juvenile justice system, but just really letting the children know that sewing is such an important life skill, and it should be a bare minimum for every children in America to learn how to sew.
Let's learn more about Shelancia, a returning so-and-so guest, and the mission of the Creativity Shell. Your relationship with BERNINA, as I mentioned, you were the featured guest in the opening ceremony. BERNINA made a donation to Creativity Shell. This has been a wonderful partnership, relationship support from BERNINA. Would you talk about that a little bit?
BERNINA has been absolutely amazing. I first met Jeanne almost, 10 years ago at Quilt Festival. Mm-hmm. And since then, she has donated sewing machines to the Creativity Shell. One time, she said she was going to donate a couple of machines and sent us about 2 pallets full of machines, which was amazing. Mm-hmm. Every time we need support, especially of machines, we have been reaching out. We have a really awesome program called the Golden Runway. So for students who've been in 5 or more of our fashion shows, we've been donating our BERNINA machines to them. So we're really just taking that BERNINA name and bringing it back to the next generation. And it's just been amazing to have that help and support through BERNINA. They've always just been at, what are your needs? What next? What are you thinking? And to just even invite me out to open up the session at BU was just amazing. And the donation, when they mentioned the wine, I was like, I will so go to a wine tasting.
Your face lit up when they said that.
I was like, wine tasting for me. And then it was like, no, we're giving you a donation. And I was like, can I still go to the wine tasting? But that was just such an amazing surprise. And we are so thankful. So Jeanne, Christy, and just everybody that works at BERNINA, even yourself, Meg, because you've been really awesome as well. I just want to say thank you so much.
You are most welcome. We love what you're doing. Your work is just so important, and it just continues to grow, and that's wonderful. As always, dealers came from all corners of the U.S. and Canada. Were they excited? You bet they were, and so were the vendors. Hear it for yourself.
I'm Cindy Brogdon, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Cindy, what brings you to BU this year?
I'm so excited. My store is Quilt Beginnings, and I work for Galen and Betsy, and this is my first time here. I'm so excited, and I'm just here for the store and to learn and to experience all the things.
Denise Lemaster. I'm from Johnson City, Tennessee, and I work at BERNINA and Stitches.
Hey, I'm Jenny Ross, also from Johnson City, Tennessee, and own BERNINA and Stitches.
Excellent. What are you looking forward to this year, 2026 BU?
It's kind of my 5th or so year, and I'm looking forward to continuing to grow and feel even more comfortable every time I go to all that we're going to learn.
What are you seeing customers looking for this year that's new and different?
Oh, that's a hard question.
You can just tell me why you're happy to be here.
Well, I'm just happy to be my first time in New Orleans. I can't wait to see all the new patterns and the new fabrics and what machines coming out.
I think that's what our customers know. They want to know how they can use all these new things in different ways and see if there is something new.
You're in the right place. Thank you both so much.
My name is Colleen, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
And you are?
I'm Rachel, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
And what are you looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to learning a lot about the long arms, the Q series, and the new machines coming out.
And how about you?
I'm looking forward to the new special edition.
As vendors, what's exciting for you guys this year?
I'm Asia Perello from Shannon Fabrics, and we're just super excited to be partnering with BERNINA, tell everybody about our super soft fabrics, so it's really exciting to be here.
I'm Angie from Lunchbox Quilts. I'm excited to see everybody, of course. I've been coming since 2008 to show them my new product, to see what BERNINA has, and to see everybody. It's like coming to a reunion and seeing all the dealers.
Hi, I'm Ginger with Shannon Fabrics, and I'm really excited to see all of the new machines that BERNINA is going to release and how we can partner with Cuddle for those machines.
From the main stage, we moved into the Merchant Mall. Each year at BU, BERNINA introduces new products, educates dealers, and welcomes BERNINA companies and suppliers to do the same. Walk with us now as we meet some of those companies and suppliers and discover what's new. Here's a perennial favorite, Joe Vecchiarelli, known for his work with Dancing with the Stars and Project Runway, and the creative force behind French European. He exhibited again this year at BU.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. A lot going on with us right now. We're really excited about what's going on. We're doing a lot of stuff with Dolly Parton. Remember we did that. Got to go to Dollywood and see all the stuff we did down there. And we're finished. Can't tell you too much what's happening at the Dollywood Hotel, but that's a big surprise. And then also, of course, Dolly's going to be opening up her own museum here in the end of July, early August. Actually, August, probably more like August, depending. But just some great surprises. They've been working behind the scenes, which is really excited. And then, of course, Dancing with the Stars this year, we are doubling the show. Oh my God, that is going to be so excited. So dancing is really taking off. And I just got word on that on Friday, so we're excited about that. So when I leave here, I'll be focusing on ABC Dancing with the Stars, doing that kind of stuff. And then from there, I'll be taking off to go to Dallas. I'll be doing Dallas. And of course, I'm doing the OSQE shows. And I'll be going to Dallas. And then off of there, we're going to Kansas City at Oberlin Park, which we're excited to do that. And from there, we're going to be heading down to... where do we go after that? Then we're going to the great PBS show, the great Wisconsin Quilt Show, down in Wisconsin. So we'll be doing that, and then from there we're heading up to Fredericksburg. We drop down into Nashville again. Yay for Nashville, Dolly area, and then from Nashville we'll be going up to Cincinnati, and I fly back home to do some stuff with Dancing with the Stars. We fly back to either Cincinnati or Nashville, and then we're going to go down into Houston. We'll be down in Houston, and then home for Thanksgiving.
Joe, you don't sit still. I get tired just hearing this.
I know. It is so, it is so exhausting, Meg. It really is. Being on the road, like I'm on the road, on tour, I call it on tour, is... it really doesn't hit you because, your lifestyle is completely different when you're out and about like this, and you're working 24/7 because you're at the shows, you're working with the show, and then after the show, you're working with your hands-on back in Hollywood and LA, which I'm doing. And, we just finished up Project Runway this year. That was fabulous. That was good. I was really excited about that. That will be launching here shortly in the fall. So we're excited at Disney Plus. That's really exciting. And a lot of great things coming out with Bernina, Bernina on that, and Laurel Star. Yay! Oh my gosh. So we're getting a lot of stuff going on with Project Runway, which is going to be thoroughly exciting. And what else is going on? I mean, how much more can I tell you?
And in his second appearance at BU, here's Michael from the Goat Notions Company.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a line of bags that we hope to make the sewist's life easier. Our whole MO is to try to get you back and forth to class and be able to find your stuff and see your stuff.
Is this your first BU?
This is not. This is our second BU. So thanks for the second invite.
What do you think of everything here in New Orleans?
Oh, I love the city. I love the heritage, the architecture. I'm a huge fan of wrought iron and ferns, so I'm kind of in my happy place.
Why Goat Company? Where did that come from?
Well, I spent about 2 weeks actually trying to come up with the perfect name. And then on the spot, when I was pitching the product to Brewer, I froze. And I came up with goat, and I said, well, because it's the greatest of all totes. And there it was.
Of course, fabric is the foundation of any sewing or quilting creation. Let's visit with Melanie from Brewer and David from Benartex to learn what they're bringing to makers this year.
We have a whole new offering here at Benartex, and Cycle, our Cycle division, which is the licensed division of Benartex. We've, in the last year, doubled the number of universities that we have, as well as we've added a number of not-for-profit charitable lines where we're contributing to really good causes. We're doing a Susan G. Komen line, a Wounded Warrior line, and we also have a Quilts of Valor line that's coming out soon. So lots of new product here.
Tell us about Tilda.
Tilda is a very special brand. It is an independently designed and manufactured fabric collection that is exclusively offered through Brewer. And we have 3 collections a year. Today this week at BU, we are featuring the collection for the fall, which releases October 1st in stores. We have a little bit left that if people are still interested, we have a little bit left we can sell on pre-order. And then we are just featuring the new spring collection. We just got the fabric, so we have beautiful fabric hanging here to come and feel and take a look at. That collection is called Flower Dance, and that is in stores February 1st. Tilda is the name of the brand. Tuna Finnegar is the designer, and she has created Tilda for 25 years. It's been her baby, I guess. She just has done these wonderful collections. They're very classic, romantic, whimsical florals and designs. She really thinks about the whole story of a collection, and I think what retailers really love about Tilda as a brand is they provide free patterns, beautiful free patterns. So every quilt we have on display here at BU is a free pattern for that collection. We're also working with designers here in the States. So By Annie's has done some samples for us. Jane Kloss with Hesta Apron has done samples. So we have some other things too, but Tuna herself really thinks about the story. She makes the story of the collection. It's a wonderful way to bring in the full collection into your store, and you have all these wonderful free patterns your consumers can be inspired by. We have trunk shows, so we share these quilts with our retailers, and they can sign up for hosting a trunk show at Tilda Fabric USA. The trunk shows are just stunners because the quilting and the quality of these quilts are just beyond wonderful. I mean, so many people love to come and just look at the quilting and just the piecing. They're just really they tell a story. They're wonderful.
One of the exciting things Bernina announced at BU this year was a new partnership with the iconic fabric brand Liberty from London. Let's meet Odette and Maithe from Liberty, who explain the partnership.
It's wonderful to talk to the two of you. There's a lot of excitement going on about the partnership with Bernina and Liberty. Which one of you wants to tell me about that partnership and how it came to be?
So I think that the partnership between Bernina and Liberty feels like something that should have happened a long time ago because they're both brands with such a strong heritage, and I think that both BERNINA and Liberty really thrive on being passed down through generations, and that they're brands that are loved by generations, and it's passed down through families, and there's such a strong recognition and sort of love for these two brands that it just makes sense.
So what is the partnership exactly?
What is a partnership? So we have two machines, BERNINA machines, and we have a collection of fabrics, the quilt cotton, that goes along with the machines. So the same print, 2 prints of 10 were selected for being printed in the machine as well.
There was a lot of excitement when the partnership was announced. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of Liberty?
Yeah, so Liberty was founded in 1875 by Arthur Lazenby Liberty, and he started working in a fabric shop, and then he decided to open his own fabric shop, and he started by importing fabrics from around the world. It was particularly just plain dyed silk was how it started, and then he started importing printed fabrics as well, and then decided that actually he would start to print his own fabrics. So started printing in the UK in the early 1900s, and then Liberty really grew from there to become the mecca of printed fabrics.
The fabric designs, how do they come about?
I think Odette is the best.
All right, Odette, and you again.
Yeah. So we have a huge archive of over 65,000 designs. So we are always looking into our archive for inspiration and taking fabrics and designs from our archive. But sometimes there'll be a tiny little fragment. We won't have the whole piece in the archive. We'll just have a little fragment, and often the designers will imagine what the rest of the piece of fabric would look like, so that would be a starting point. But also the majority of our designs now are also still hand-drawn and hand-painted in the design studio, so we'll often work to a brief that will be set by the head of design, and from that the designers will then research and draw and paint and collage and use all kind of techniques to create new fabric designs.
Martha Porter has been creating with Liberty Fabric for years. She sat with us to explain how she uses this fabric and provides a few tips as well.
Martha, welcome to BU 2026. You're a special guest here, and we'd love to hear more about what you do.
Oh my gosh, well, thank you so much for having me here at BU. It is a little bit overwhelming. It's been so fun, and I'm honored to be here. I do heirloom sewing, modern heirloom sewing. So my lecture was on modern heirloom sewing, and I like to think of it for contemporary clothing, so women's wear that you can wear today while honoring all the tradition of heirloom sewing, both what we have seen in the 1980s and 90s, which was a very popular time for it, but also going all the way back to the source material of Victorian and Edwardian clothing, and looking to them for inspiration and techniques that we can apply to clothes that we wear today.
What is heirloom sewing?
Well, it's a collection of materials and techniques used together. So very, very fine, lightweight woven cottons. We think of cotton lawn or batiste, organdy, and also fine laces and ribbons. And then for techniques, it's things like pin tucks and tucks, lace insertion, entre-deux. Smocking is definitely part of the conversation. Ruffles, piping, and it's really all of these techniques used together to create something really intricate and beautiful.
How did you get started doing this? What made you interested?
You know, I've been sewing clothing since I was probably about 12 or 13 years old, and I have a background in fashion and a degree in textiles. And so for me, it really came from a love of clothing and also just research, and constantly researching fashion history, and also wanting to deepen my knowledge of sewing and learning more and more techniques. And I think for me it was a little bit, if you give a mouse a cookie and one thing leads to the next, and suddenly you have a very frilly blouse on your hands. And I really enjoy taking the time to make something special. So
you do a lot of work with the Liberty Fabrics, and they have a great partnership now with BERNINA. Talk about Liberty.
Well, I love Liberty. Obviously, the prints and colors are gorgeous. We have a lot of them here at BU, so everyone's seeing how inspiring all the prints and colors are. But their cotton lawn, their Tana cotton lawn, is a very fine, crisp fabric, and it's very ideal for all of these heirloom techniques. It presses beautifully, it is lightweight, it doesn't unravel on a cut edge. So it's a perfect marriage of materials to use the Liberty cotton with the heirloom technique, so I really enjoy that.
OESD, or Oklahoma Embroidery Supply and Design, is a mainstay and BERNINA company who always has new and exciting things to offer. Carrie, Jordan, and Ashley outline what they featured this year.
Well, we have a lot of great things. One of the things that's really exciting is this year we have a 10th anniversary tiling scene. We have been working with an artist named Donna Gelsinger for 10 years for our tiling scenes. And this year we have redigitized one of her favorites, but we've done it in color, something that customers have asked for a long time. But it required redigitizing from the ground up, which takes about a month. So that's our release this year, so that's really exciting. We have our new gingerbread village pieces and winter village pieces. We have a tree farm and a gingerbread row house, which is adorable. We have some wonderful new software, which we will talk about.
Oh my goodness. Well, about 12 months ago, we acquired Dime Designs and Machine Embroidery. So as we keep adding to those products, updates, we're really excited. I know you're going to talk software in a little bit, but massive updates to everything we've done within embroidery and quilting software. And of course, on the OESD side, all the holiday designs are being shown. I think Carrie showed you the tiling scenes and the new freestanding lace. So we're just glad to be here. It's always a good trip.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a new program called My Quilting Studio, and it is a phenomenal way to plan an edge-to-edge quilt. So it allows the user to put in their quilt information and easily plan the edge-to-edge quilting layout so they don't have to do any quilt math. And it also gives them a roadmap of where to start and where to go next.
And how long has this product been out?
It's actually brand new for BU, so literally days. It is so new.
Amanda Murphy also shared what's new in her world for BU and what she's been up to since we last caught up with her on So-and-So.
Let's see. I have a new collection called Shadow and Stone and new patterns for it, which ship in October. So that's with Benertex Fabrics. I have new rulers for Brewer that will ship probably in August. And they've actually rebranded the rulers and redone the packaging. And it's really nice. So now you can see on the back of the packaging the design it makes. We have new bundles from OESD for dealers to sell with the Q-matic. We have some new classes coming out with OESD. Yeah, and just getting everything ready before, using the Q series, using the 990, and then seeing all the fantastic new machines and features that are here just like everyone else.
What have you been doing besides everything that you just talked about? You travel quite a bit.
I'm traveling to Australia and Japan for BERNINA in August. And then I go to various dealerships doing large events for BERNINA. I also have some virtual events coming out for BERNINA dealers specifically to be broadcast into their dealerships for the Q Series. In 2027, I have a ruler work club available to be broadcast into dealerships for any machine, basically. So yeah, there's a lot of things in the works, right? But you just kind of focus on one deadline at a time.
That's all you can do.
That's right. We just hope we'll hit our deadlines.
But BU wasn't the only creative story we found in New Orleans. We left the conference for a special place on the outskirts of the French Quarter. This early 1900s building sits at Rampart and Bienville Streets, the crossroads of some of New Orleans' most important history. There we visited with 3 unique establishments with deep connections to sewing. Here's a small taste of conversations we'll feature in a full episode of So-and-So in the future. First, we spoke with Brett Johnson of Dressed New Orleans, and then Allison Parker of RicRack New Orleans.
Dressed is a vintage clothing and chain stitch embroidery store here in New Orleans. I'd say our primary focus is the chain stitch embroidery.
And what happens to the embroidery that you do here? Where does it go?
I mean, it goes all over. We get a lot of people coming in wanting custom work done. We have people getting Mardi Gras costumes made that uses chain stitch. It's, goes everywhere.
We have the opportunity today to visit with Allison Parker, the founder of RicRack in New Orleans. Thank you for inviting us to come visit with you today.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to share RicRack with everybody.
On that note, tell us about RicRack.
Wow. So RicRack kind of came out of a few different things. One of the first books I ever read about waste with fashion and with clothing was Elizabeth Klein's The High Cost of Cheap Fashion, right around 2011, 2012. And I think the thing that stood out to me the most in that book was that there's enough fabric manufactured a year to wrap around the planet 3 times, right? So 3 times you think about there's enough fabric that goes around 3 times. And then my job at that time was working in film and television in costumes. And I'd done it also in theater and circus. So I was always around a lot of fabric, shopping at malls. And it just kind of became to a point where I was like, where are all of these clothes going? Because they're not going to sell them all. People aren't going to buy them all. And no sooner are these clothes on the shelves, new clothes are coming in to go on the shelves. So I just kind of imagined, a life one day of like barges going down the Hudson just piled in clothes. And so being just engaged in that industry and fabric and clothes so much, I just felt like if you are in fashion or costumes, you have to have an awareness of that. It's a responsibility for us as people who wear clothes or buy clothes to know where they end up and what happens to them. So I just started becoming more educated about what happens with clothes afterwards and the environmental impact of fabric in the landfill, production of that. And then I'd been doing some traveling, came back to New Orleans, and I was like, well, I want to volunteer here. And I'd love to do it for either a sewing or a craft type organization that works with kids or teens. I'm from the generation that took sewing in home economics class in 8th grade. So I just felt like, gosh, it was just such an amazing gift and opportunity and resource to be able to have given for free. And that's just something that doesn't exist anymore. So I started looking for that type of organization here in New Orleans, and I couldn't find it. And so it just kind of all of the boxes started to get checked, where as far as, okay, well, if you want to learn how to make your clothes last longer, fix them, alter them, you need how to learn how to sew. So it just kind of seemed like it was a full circle thing. Like, in order to talk about waste management and how to reduce fabric waste and keep your clothes longer, you have to know how to sew. So we kind of incorporated sewing into environmental education. And so that was when RicRack started in 2012 we're a sewing and textile recycling company.
Rounding out this visit was our conversation with Carl Mack of the Mardi Gras Museum of Costumes and Culture. His carefully curated displays of Mardi Gras costumes filled the space and taught us so much more than we expected about the history, traditions, and overall joy of Mardi Gras. Enjoy this snippet from Carl and his xylophone playing as well. Carl, how did the museum first come together and what inspired its creation?
Well, thank you very much for having me here and coming to visit us. I started out in New Orleans playing music, and I was the xylophone man. And I started booking other entertainers, like stilt walkers, clowns, mimes, jugglers, face painters, balloon twisters, and they needed costumes. So I started making costumes. And I have, for the past 40 years, had seamstresses and people to help me with all that, because I don't sew, but I know what we need and what looks we're going for. And so we've been working at that for many, many years. I've got thousands of costumes, probably the biggest collection in town. And I had it all in my production office for the entertainment company, because we do a lot of business with the conferences and conventions. And the costumes were so crammed on the racks that it would drive me crazy that you really couldn't see and appreciate the beauty of these costumes. And also, why do we have all this down here in New Orleans? It starts with Carnival, but it's in all aspects of the culture here. And so I decided to get rid of about half of the stuff and had a bunch of big sales and turned it into a museum. So now we are the Mardi Gras Museum of Costumes and Culture. And also Carl Mack Presents, the entertainment company. And people can come in and rent costumes as well, and we use the costumes to dress our performers.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you.
Back at BU, the focus turned to the people shaping BERNINA's future. Let's begin with the Ueltschi family and key voices from BERNINA International and BERNINA of America. Here's Hans Peter Ueltschi, the fourth-generation patriarch of BERNINA, sharing his thoughts about BU and the first ever appearance of three Ueltschi generations together.
Well, first of all, I'm very excited to have my son, my grandson here. And then we brought unbelievable many great products. And I was listening to some dealers, and they really like it. So I think we will have a great, strong second half of the year.
It was pretty emotional for you today in the opening ceremony.
Yeah, it was. My mother, 36 years ago, she was here last time before she passed away, and that's emotional. And then again, this the family reunion, so it's nice. Yes.
Your grandson Felix, he had quite the stage presence today.
Yeah. Look at him. He had quite a stage presence, yes. Next year, it will be two great new introductions. And in 28 as well, but I can't tell you all the details, but we try to meet the customer's need. And we try to make sewing easier. I think that's the biggest challenge we have. And Philipe, my son, he's always, we talk about make sewing easier. That's the biggest challenge we have. And that if sewing would be easier, we would also have more new customers, because that's our goal, to have new customers, younger customers.
Here's Philip Ueltschi, along with the first so-and-so appearance of Felix Ueltschi, generation number 6.
I'm obviously very excited, not only because my son is here, but also my wife is here, and especially because it's the first time in the history that 3 generations of the Ueltschi family are here. So my father, myself, and my son that represent, the Ueltschi family, and I think this is very special and exciting.
You talk to customers all the time. What are they saying about your new products, and what are they looking for?
Our core customers, the BERNINA lovers, and they are looking for machines that make their quilting, sewing experience more easy. And I think this is really what we delivered this year, especially with the Ultra that has such a phenomenal feature set that makes quilting, sewing, and embroidery more easy. I think this is really what makes BERNINA special, but also in the entry-level range with the Burnett machines, and then over on the right side we see here the overlockers, the L6 series, also a beautiful new machine that makes garment sewing more fun and easy again.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Is that a real microphone? But you need to do it loud.
His first words on so-and-so, with obviously many more to come. Carolyn and Fabian from BERNINA International gave us the scoop on what's new with the Serger overlocker line.
With Burnett we have now a really brand new smart series with our B50 series. So this is our compact machine, but it's not only compact and full of power and nice comfort features, but if you go for the sewing and embroidery module, you go also smart, because the sewing and embroidery module comes with an app. And this is really a thing I think especially the Burnett customer is looking for, because it makes it so easy to start with embroidery. And this is where we want our customers to go. We want our customers to grow with our machines. So just imagine you have already a nice sewing machine, a basic sewing machine, and then you think, okay, I want to step up a little bit. I want to go a little bit further because my skills grow a little bit. And you're still looking for a compact machine. Now with the B50 series, you can choose between the sewing-only module with more comfort features that make it easy for you to go into your sewing project, like a comfort needle threader or the click and lift stitch plate. Or if you even want to start with embroidery, you have the full smart package with this app, and this makes it so easy to start. Our wonderful new B50 line sewing and embroidery machine comes with an app, and this app is really a game changer. So for everybody who wants to do more than just embroider the built-in motifs, it's definitely eyes opening. You can do your own drawing on this app, or you can upload an image and trace it, or you can use, for example, the preset motifs, or you can even do nice monograms, nice lettering work, everything you can imagine. And this is really a game changer because you don't only buy everything that's built in that machine, but you have actually a kind of a little software always with you, and you can do it wherever you want to do it. You can be creative, for example, on the way to work, if you are commuting in public transportation, or when you are on your sofa after work, you can be creative there, send the design to the machine and embroider it.
I'm actually not that new to BERNINA. I'm already 13 years with BERNINA, but new to this assignment actually as product manager. And I have joined one BU, that was the one in Palm Springs 4 years ago. But then being very involved in classes here, having a bit more time to get to know the people and the dealers and having more time to talk, it was a great experience. There was so much exchange and seeing that everybody here is so motivated, to bring BERNINA a step further from time to time always, and people being excited about the products and also seeing that they understand the product lineup strategy that we're trying to follow with at our headquarters, so them really picking up and endorsing the ideas that we have without us even having to explain. That was great to see actually. So
Daniela, who heads up marketing for BERNINA International, provided insight into the work of her team and the trends she's spotting.
Daniela, it's always good to see you. This is your third BU. It's gone fast. What have the last 3 years been like for you?
Well, they've gone fast actually, but I think we can make people happy around the globe every day with new products, new education, and I think that's really a privilege.
What are you most excited about for this year's BU?
We have so many new products. I think for every group of customer, there is for sure one product that he or she will love.
How do you all get the ideas for your innovation?
Well, we talk a lot to our dealers, our partners, and I think we truly listen to our end consumers. This is so important because understanding what the end consumer needs is the most important thing. And then, of course, we have to prioritize what features comes into the machine. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of trends out there. If you're talking about quilting, for example, we see that quilting or quilts should tell a story. For example, you see a lot of temperature quilts out there. This is so interesting because you can really have your vibrant colors or the colors you want to choose, and you always have like a little back view of the year you had and how the weather was, so this is very emotional. When it comes to garment sewing, for example, we have a lot of trends out there like upcycling or thrift flipping, which is really fun and also good for the environment.
What do you see coming in the next year?
Well, I think people really want to tell their story with sewing. So I think bringing people together and enable them to really focus on what they love, what they need, I think this will really be great in our industry. I would say I've never experienced this special spirit in another industry. And when I'm saying the spirit, not only among our customers, but also our dealers and our partners and our employees, ourselves, I think this really makes our industry one of a kind and brings us very close together.
Here's Christy Burcham, Vice President of Training and Education for BERNINA of America and the leader of BU. Christy, what's new?
We have so many launches this year. It's really quite overwhelming how many great things we have. So we actually have something kind of in every category. We have new brunette machines that actually have app control, so you can do things right from your tablet or your phone. We have new sergers that are air threading. They are so easy to use. They're wonderful. We have a new special edition with Liberty London, which is such an exciting collaboration. And we have a new top of the 7 series, the B790 Ultra. So really something in every category. It's so exciting.
When BERNINA comes up with new ideas, how do they decide? You were talking about so many new things today. Where do those ideas come from?
You know, they come from the customers. BERNINA really listens to customers. They always like to come to the classes like here at BERNINA University or classes that our dealers are doing, and they listen, see what people are asking for. And they also have a lot of people that work for them who actually sew. Right, and we use the machines, we look for features that we would find useful in our everyday projects. We have a number of new classes coming to our Skill Hub platform. That's our online learning platform for consumers who can come on and take classes. So we have some great new launches that we're sharing with our dealers that'll be coming out in January. Dealers are getting a little bit of a sneak peek on those now, so we've got a lot of new things coming there. BERNINA University is our convention for our dealerships, and BERNINA is a dealer-based company, so we always sell our machines through a local dealer. And it's so important because they're the ones who support the actual customer. They're the ones who give you their everyday support. And so we want to support them, and that's what this convention does. Make sure that they know how to use the products, that they are able to support the products, that they get excited so that they can bring that enthusiasm back home.
How about a quick check-in with past so-and-so guests Pam Maschey, Sarah Caldwell, and Tania Norris?
I'm doing great because we have new sergers that we are introducing, and everybody is having a great time seeing them, putting their hands on them. They're really a great little machine and a great price that customers are going to love.
What are you specifically doing here at BU this year? Teaching and wearing beautiful new outfits every day?
Well, I love to wear the new beautiful outfits that I actually made myself, so I can showcase all of the great things that sergers can do. And also, what I'm doing is teaching more lecture classes, and then there are hands-on classes that are also taught here. And Mary, Beck, and Doris from BI are teaching those. And then I also have Fabian from BERNINA International here with me, who's the product manager, and kind of getting him introduced to dealers and dealerships, and took him around to see some different stores on our way over. So it's been a really good couple of weeks prior to BU also.
You are a perennial favorite on this podcast. What have you been up to since we last talked? It's been about a year.
Oh, well,
what haven't
sometimes
you been up to?
Where do I start? Traveling a lot. Traveling a lot to dealerships. I went to Switzerland once to help develop some new machines. So there's always new things that are coming on the horizon. You name it, I think I've been doing it. And developing new techniques for the sergers, helping our dealers understand sergers even better so that they can, in turn, tell their consumers exactly what sergers can do.
So what have you been doing?
Well, I've been very busy with development of some of the new products that we've launched this year. In particular, one of my favorites is the Liberty Special Edition machines.
How did that partnership with Liberty come to be?
Well, it came to be because it's a brand that is very well known worldwide, especially in the Commonwealth countries, actually. I mean, in particular for me as a child growing up, it was a fabric that my mother used, and so I was familiar with the brand. And then we thought, what better than to produce a sewing machine using the Liberty fabrics as an idea for a front cover for the machine.
Working hard, as always, with Joe Beccarelli of French European, who sell custom-made dress forms. And working with Joe, who's a dynamo, you are never a dull moment. And we keep going. It's really a fascinating world, and people are intriguing in the way or why they do things and buy things.
You, in your work career, worked with Walt Disney, and many of our listeners know you as the lady who designed the purple wallpaper. So you are inspiring and you are innovative. What drives that, Tania? What drives that creativity in you?
I have no idea. I think curiosity would be one reason. I've always, even as a very small child, asked questions, and if I may do a recollection for a moment, I was about 4 years old. This is in Britain during the war when things were very tough, and I was found by my mother in the bathroom. I had just learned to write my name, and I was writing my name in toothpaste on the rug. And I remember seeing my mother's legs as she said, "Dear, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm writing my name in toothpaste." And she said, "Why are you writing in toothpaste?" "Because I want to see how the toothpaste went in the toothpaste tube." And I think that's been my kind of part of my character all these years. I want to know how things are done. I may not do it twice, but I will go to class after class and lecture after lecture because I want to know things. And I think this is what you build up, a memory bank of information, which when you need it, comes out as inspiration, or ideas, or whatever's needed.
So for those who are new sewists and they want to start a project and they're looking for inspiration, what words of advice would you give them?
Come to a quilt show, because here at the quilt shows, even though I'm not into quilts as a person who makes them, you will find everything under the sun in the way of design that can give you inspiration to make your own, but always think out of the box. If you see something that you like, all right, make it yours, make it individual. Don't make it cookie cutter.
Kai Hildebrand, CEO of BERNINA International. How was BU?
It was an absolutely blast. The team has worked so tremendously well. All workshops have been perfect. And for my team in Stegborn, what is great, the new products have received a very, very, very positive feedback. So we're all the way happy.
What was your favorite part of the show?
I think really it's actually the classes. To see how everybody's working hard, conveying the message, how our dealers are participating in a great manner is just... It's just this knowledge transfer, which is what it's all about. That's the BU, and that's great.
And Michaelynn Rose, Vice President of Marketing for BERNINA of America. What did you think of this year's BU?
BU was amazing this year. We had so many new launches with so many amazing products. The dealers, the staff, the classes. It has been probably one of the best BUs ever.
What made it the best ever? I know the vibe was really great.
Well, for my team, we had a great year and we all came together and we had some records in getting things put together and taken down. And you know, there's a real reason why they won Marketing Team of the Year. They are that good.
Let's leave you with 3 very special conversations. First, meet the winner of this year's BU Fashion Show.
My name is Admira McGee. I'm from Going Betty in Reno, Nevada.
And you won the fashion show. Tell me about the dress that you made.
So this dress, I actually wanted to make a green dress because, you know, Tiana, the Princess and the Frog, is from here. And then my husband said, well, how about BERNINA has their own princess? So BERNINA deserves a princess. So we started to design. It took months of work, but we did it.
You did it. How were you surprised when you won, or how did that feel?
It felt really good because it was a big accomplishment. My grandma used to be a sewer and she made beautiful dresses, and she died last year, so for me it's a big tribute to her that someone is carried that from her.
It's a beautiful honor. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
After a 30-year career, Jeanne Delpit, head of national events for BERNINA and the maestra behind so many unforgettable gatherings, had some big news to share. Her dedication, care, and energy are legendary. Let's hear her parting thoughts, then experience the heartfelt send-off she received from Mr. Ueltschi at the closing banquet. Jeanne Delpit, it is BU 2026. Always good to see you. How have you been and what's exciting this year?
Oh, Meg, I've been wonderful. What's exciting? You really want me to tell you? I'm retiring.
Tell us more.
After 30 years of love and just amazing opportunities here at BERNINA, my family, for 30 years, it's time to go back to my real family and just spend time with my husband, my children, my grandkids. That's, to me, right now, the next important step in my life. I have been so blessed to be with BERNINA as long as I have, starting in sales and moving to education. I just couldn't have. I almost quit, and they talked me into staying, and it was the best decision I ever made. And as I say, 30 years ago, I tried to walk away at 25 years ago, but it didn't work. And it's a family, and this is my family, and I know I'm looking forward to spending time with my real family.
You have been the heartbeat of this event. Any special stories you can share? I'm sure you have many, but does any one specific one come to mind?
I think last year when I was asked to model those magnificent pieces from
Nick Varios.
Oh my gosh, yes. A magnificent gentleman, just as kind as he could be. But that was one of my biggest highlights. I think years ago when I was a regional sales rep, our boss would make us get up on the stage and do skits. I mean, we called it forced fun. And I remember the year that we were in Kansas City introducing a new machine, and we were talking about the Wizard of Oz, and we had a Munchkin Land up on stage. Yes. We had the mayor of Munchkin. I was called BERNINA Land, not Munchkin Land, but BERNINA Land. And I was a little BERNINA ballerina in a pink tutu. So that one stands out in my life. Just the friendship, Meg, just you and Mark and the people with whom I have spent these years. They have wrapped my heart in love and endearment and just joy. I mean, there's so many stories I could tell, but I don't want to take all your time. Because I just sit back and I look and think, the more we talk about, the more they kind of come to the forefront. And you just remember and you talk to your friends. And when you sit with somebody who's been to as many BUs or more than you, and you start comparing notes, yeah, pretty remarkable. I remember the one in San Antonio because it was right there on the Riverwalk. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful place. And every time, as the sales group, we went out for meetings, every time you canal under the bridge, you're supposed to toast. Well, it wasn't a very good sales meeting after that canal ride. They'll put you that. Shh, don't tell on me. But I do remember that one. I look back and it's not a blur, but it's the fondness and the warmth and the family, as I say, that have just kept me here for the number of years that it has. But I'm kind of anxious, not sure what my time will be. I know I'll have to find something to keep me busy, for sure. And I'll stay away for a while and let this old transition make its nice way into the BERNINA world. And the replacement for me has already restarted. And so she's going to be a mover and a shaker. I already know that. She's right here on the show floor with us and making things happen. And she's going to step right in and just take right off where I leave.
We have somebody very special. Jeanne Delpit, come up. Jeanne will leave us end of September, I heard. She has been with BERNINA for 30 years. And she started as a dealer, then as a district manager, then she moved to the education department, and I think she has really been the queen of BERNINA University. BERNINA University. I never got the standing ovation, so, you know. But Jeanne has been an exceptional person doing these BUs. She spoiled everybody. You know, she was reading my wishes for my lips, and I'm sure, you know, she helped everybody, you know, to make BUs very special all these years. So thank you for everything. Stay healthy. And I heard after 1 year of vacation, she maybe is working a little bit again because she loves BERNINA so much. And we really love you, and we miss you, and all the best.
And stepping in to run things without missing a beat, meet Candy Panacci. Candy, welcome to BERNINA. This is your first BU. It's 2026. You are the new kid in town, so we'd love to learn a little bit more about you. Would you tell us where you came from before BERNINA and what you're looking forward to most in your new role?
I'm looking forward to having fun and getting to know everybody in the company. Where I came from the pharmaceutical side. My last position was with United Health Group, and before that, Toshiba USA, and a couple other larger corporations.
So what things do you see as learning curves for you?
Definitely learning the product. I'm not a avid sewer. I do know how to sew, but yes, a lot of product for me to learn. That would be the most thing that I'm scared about.
So it's early in the show, but what's impressed you so far?
I would say the kindness of everybody, especially the BERNINA employees. Everybody has been very welcoming of me, very open. Nobody has, I guess, turned their nose up at somebody new. And I've had that before at other corporations, so that has been very lovely.
In a year, tell us what that's going to look like for you at the next BU.
Oh. I hope that will be people trusting me to run a successful BU, as well as teamwork together to make the next BU successful.
After 4 full days of learning, networking, and planning for the future, BU came to an end. In a city known for imagination, everyone at BU 2026 had truly imagined more. Here's Christy Burcham to sum things up.
So just a few parting thoughts for you. We've had a really wonderful 4 days together, and thinking about how we started, you know, it was BERNINA Day on June 28th. That was pretty exciting. And Mr. Ultchie introduced us to his grandson. And these moments, that was great, wasn't it? These moments really helped me see that, you know, the story of our sewing community is still being written. This week we've learned together, we've shared ideas, we've laughed together, we've made new friends, and we've strengthened old ones. We asked you to imagine more, and you did. But Imagine More isn't just about selling another machine or growing your business, but it is much bigger than that. I've enjoyed talking with all of you this week, and thank you so much to those of you who've stopped to tell me a story, because those stories about your customers, that you're changing their lives as they're discovering sewing, they make all of this worth it. Thank you for telling me about your families growing and creating businesses together. Thank you for telling me about the pride you feel when someone accomplishes a project that they never thought they could make. 10 years ago, we were here in New Orleans. I was here with OESD at the time. Shout out. And I want you to look back 10 years, and not to be nostalgic, but to imagine what's possible. Think about how far we came in 10 years, and if we've done that in 10 years, what are the next 10 gonna look like? What are the next 20 gonna look like? I'm still gonna be here, so you guys better be too. I want you to take the time to imagine in the next 10, 20 years, who are the people you're gonna inspire and the confidence that you're gonna help build. Imagine the creativity you're gonna unlock and the communities that you're gonna strengthen. Every person who walks through your doors is an opportunity to make a difference. And that's who you BERNINA dealers are. You're creative, you're passionate, you're generous with your time and your knowledge. and you're always making a difference in your stores and your communities. So I hope you leave here with new ideas, with renewed energy, with an even bigger imagination. Because if the last 10 years have taught us anything, it's that the best chapters of Bernina are not limited by what we can see, but they've always begun with someone who was willing to imagine more.
So another Bernina University is in the books. Our thanks to everyone who gave us their time, shared their stories, and helped us bring a piece of BU 2026 to you. And to all of you sew-and-sewers listening, there is so much to look forward to from Bernina and from this remarkable community of sewists, quilters, makers, and dreamers. Until next time, keep imagining more. If you know someone you think has an outstanding story, a story that should be shared on this podcast, please drop me a note to meg@sewandsewpodcast.com or complete the form on our website. Be sure to subscribe to, review, and rate this podcast on your favorite platform, and visit our website, sewandsewpodcast.com, for more information about today's and all of our guests. That's SEWANDSO podcast.com. And finally, I want to thank Bernina for making this program possible. I'm Meg Goodman, and I look forward to you joining us next time on So and So.